David, perhaps you can tell us about this important study with our diabetic population.
Of course. No, it's a great opportunity as we begin our partnership to really engage patients, and in this case, patients with diabetes, by and large, have learned how important it is for them to own the management of their illness. They particularly are hungry for information that allows them to understand how are they doing in comparison to where they were, and perhaps in comparison to where others may be who manage diabetes. And again, to reinforce what you're saying, with the technology that we'll be using essentially embedded in a smartphone, it's a device that many patients are already very familiar with, so I think as we begin, that's a nice thing, some familiarity with the technology. And there's an array of things that we need to try to begin to measure that may include things they may already be watching, like their weight or their blood sugar, their blood pressure, but perhaps the opportunity to measure the quality of their sleep and the amount of physical activity they're doing. Perhaps most importantly, or even as important as these other things, is to get a deeper understanding of how their psychosocial environment and their behavioral health has such a deep impact on the management of diabetes in this case, and of course in the management of all chronic illness. And I think that's an area where we have not had enough information,
right.
And we're very excited about that. And so using, again, a technology that will feel familiar to them and engaging in a partnership, again, as you're saying, patients need to feel they have some control over what's happening here. They understand where information will go, how we will use it, and they'll guide us there. I think will be very powerful. I'm sure there are other types of information we will be collecting that I haven't even touched on, and many of that is, again, about behavior, about how they engage or they don't engage around their health, about how they network socially, about how effective they may be in their work site. So we begin by trying to get our hands around that a bit and with this pilot, and we're excited about where that will take us.
Well, thank you.